party no dey stop. When you hear party no dey stop.
Even though you have to know what to do with your head. This one is serious, so.
1, 2, I like that. Got me feeling like I can. Shyer than I can.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. There are a lot of new faces here. Like we gained like more subscribers, more and more subscribers. Thank you guys so much for watching my video and for subscribing to my channel. So excuse me, since we have like more subscribers, and I just want to do like a brief intro since you are new here. My name is Eniola Rebecca. People call me Eniola, some people call me Rebecca. Anyone that's fine. My nickname is Enibecca, so that is it. So I am an international student in studying in Cape Breton University, Nova Scotia, Canada. And today we're going to be talking briefly about that, as you can see from the title already. And what else do you people need to know about me? Because I feel like you people need to know some things about me, so we'll be able to relate well. You get? So what else? I am a teenager. Yeah, I'm still a teenager. Favorite color is blue. Okay, I think I should just do like random facts about me now. Like ski bang bang. So I was a Unilag student. I was a student of the University of Lagos, but Unilag showed me shaggy for 3 years. Unilag 1 year. So I'm here now and doing well. I'm not really a big fan of movies. I watch movies, but I am not a big fan. I feel like I'm a different type of Gen Z because I don't enjoy things that Gen Zs enjoy, but I'm a Gen Z. Let's just leave it as that. So now let us get right into the video. As you can see from the title of the video, I'm talking about living in Toronto, Ontario. Anyhow I pronounce it, Toronto. If I say Toronto, if I say Toronto, if I say Toronto, you people should take it like that. You shall understand what I'm saying. So I'm going to be talking about living in Toronto versus living in Nova Scotia. Mind you, I only stayed in Toronto for a month, so I'm only going to be talking like on the surface, like things on the surface that anybody that visits Toronto can see. So I might not like go deep because I didn't stay in Toronto for a long time, but let's see how that goes. So let's get into the first point of the video. The first point is food or African market, African stores. Hmm. Hmm. You guys, if you go to Toronto, I've already said you people should ignore, however, I'm just going to be saying Toronto because that is how I know how to pronounce it. Before you people laugh at me in the comment section. If you go to Toronto, you will see like a lot of African stores, a lot of African markets, like a whole lot. It's there was I will see if I can still find the clip, but I put it on my TikTok. You can check out my TikTok at any_Becca. I put the video on my TikTok. There was one African store I went to in Toronto. You guys, that place looks like chemist. You know chemist. You know how chemist used to look like. Exactly, it was giving chemist vibes. If you walk from year to year, you see African store. From year to year, you see African store. So to me, it just felt like home away from home. Like there's nothing that you say, oh, I'm looking for like food that I can't find in Toronto. Like, let me even think of it. There's nothing. I saw amala. I saw you guys know sardine, Titus sardine. I saw Titus sardine. I saw geisha. I saw a lot of things I can't remember. One African store that I went to, they were selling talking drum. They selling talking drum. Another one, they were selling pots. You know these big pots that our mothers used to use for party in Nigeria when you have Owambe and they come and cook in your house. I saw it in an African store. I saw mortar and pestle and I was like, the thing shocked me. Oh, how? How come? How come? And it is now the opposite in Nova Scotia, where I am. We have just one African store, and it is not even an African store. It is an Asian store, but I think they also sell like little African things there, but it is basically an Asian store. But they sell African things there, but you cannot compare it to Toronto. Go to Toronto, you will see yam. You will see amala, not amala, the yam flour. You guys know, the one they used to make amala. You see poundo, you see beans, you see like a lot of different things that we eat in Nigeria that you won't see here. So the next point, I feel like this is a very important point. I feel like this is what I should have even mentioned first. So I feel like this is what I should have mentioned first. Cost of living. The cost of living in Toronto is higher than cost of living in Nova Scotia. Things are more expensive in Toronto. That's because it is like the big city. It's like the big city of Canada. You know, like sorry, I'm not trying to shade anybody, but you know when you say you're living in Lagos and you're living in Abeokuta, you're living in the Novascotia. I'm sorry, guys. It's just like an illustration. So that is what Toronto is like. Lagos of Nigeria. So Toronto is like more expensive for an apartment in Toronto. Maybe you'll be seeing like maybe like 1,000 or even more safe. Because when I see some TikToks, I'll see, oh, I'm paying 2,500 for an apartment in Toronto. Unlike Nova Scotia, I stay on campus, so but my friends that stay off campus, you hear them say, oh, they are paying maybe 500 and something or 700 and something for apartments per month. So like things are more expensive in Toronto than they are in Nova Scotia. That's because there are more things in Toronto than yeah. Yeah, I think you have to like share apartments, but in Toronto, I feel you'll be able to like see a single unit and everything. So that's another thing you have to consider. Which one do you want? Do you want the big things of life that are very expensive, or you want that small that are not so? It's not like this place is totally cheap because groceries keep getting expensive, very very expensive. But there are more expensive in Toronto. Like that's just like a fact. Toronto is more expensive. I'm saying Toronto because I'm supposed to be talking about Ontario, like generally, but I keep saying Toronto because that was where I went to when I was in Ontario. So, but I think it is like the whole of Ontario generally. I think that is how it is like everywhere in Ontario. The next one is transport or the transportation system. I'm trying to make this video as short as possible. I don't want it to be long because I don't want to bore you guys, but these are like vital information that you have to consider when looking for a province to go to in Canada. And there are like a lot of provinces in Canada. So you can also make your own research to know which one suits you better, which one suits you. So you can check, oh, how cold is it? Job opportunities as an international student, how can I transition, blah blah blah. Okay, so now let's talk about the transport system. The TTC, like transport system in Toronto, is better than the one in Nova Scotia. So in Toronto, you would always see a bus. You would always see bus. But yeah, I think the bus comes like every 30 minutes or every hour. Some buses come every hour. So it depends on where you are and where you are going to. Unlike Toronto. Do you guys know that we don't have Uber? Please, nobody should come and give me side that. But there are like taxis. But the first time I came, I wanted to go somewhere, so I just opened my phone like, oh, Uber, oh, let me put my address. I just saw it's not available in your locality. I say, ah, this one is serious. So I was like, this is very serious. Why don't we have Uber? Like, what's going on? So we don't have, but there are like various taxis that you can call. So that like stands in for Uber. Like when I went to Toronto, I used Uber when I went to Toronto, and the bus system is like better. You can pay with your credit card in the bus system. You can pay with your Presto card. You can pay with coins. Yeah, you can. As a student, you can pay with your bus pass. But I did not get a bus pass because bus pass is like $60 or so, and I don't go to like a lot of places. But if you stay off campus, bus pass is better. You can get a bus pass. You can pay with tickets and you can pay with coins. Yeah, I don't think we have any card like Presto except from like our bus pass that we use. So bus system in Toronto is better than bus system in Nova Scotia. Yes. Another very important thing that I have to talk about is job opportunities. There are better job opportunities in Toronto, unlike in Nova Scotia. Or in Toronto, as you're earning your money, you're spending. Well, general all over Canada, as you're earning your money, you're spending it. In Nova Scotia, there are not like a lot of job opportunities. I went to Toronto for just a month, and I was able to get a job in Toronto. Though I couldn't do the job because the time I found the job was like a week to when I was supposed to resume school, and I couldn't. But I wish I had stayed longer in Toronto. I would have definitely found a job, and now I'll be doing hot girl winter. Because I would have said hot girl summer, but I'll be doing hot girl winter. Period. I'll be able to be buying things, but I wasn't able to do it because it was time to go to school, and I have to go to school. Unlike here in Nova Scotia, because in Toronto People who say Toronto is like overpopulated. I feel like I'm going to get there. I'm going to get to the population part of Toronto. But because there are like a lot of big companies in Toronto, a lot of things to do, you will definitely see something to do in Toronto. Unlike Nova Scotia, we don't have like a lot of big places. We don't have companies. Like we just have like little things. So that's why like the job is like limited. Unlike in Toronto, where it's like the happening place, where a lot of things are, a lot of companies, a lot of big industries will go to Toronto than to come here. Even concerts. It's Toronto that they used to do concerts. They cannot do concerts in this place. So it's just a lot. It's just so now let's talk about the population in Toronto. Ah, it's plenty. Oh. People are a lot in Toronto. What happened? People are a lot. There are a lot of Nigerians, not even Nigerians alone. Different races, different nationalities, different people in Toronto. So the first time I went out the first time I went out in Toronto was okay. So when I went out, the person I stayed with took me there, but I came back with the bus because I feel like I'm already used to like the bus system in Canada, so I was able to like find my way to come. And that was the first time I entered a train in Canada because there's train in Toronto and you use the train. When I went to another place in Toronto, I used the train. Unlike here, I don't think we have a train. I've not seen a train. We really use the bus and a taxi. When I entered the bus and people came in, come and see a lot of people the way they were standing in the bus. And I'm like, me, I've not seen this in Nova Scotia. Oh. But recently now, because of a lot of September intake, you definitely see people are standing in the bus. But because I came in May, everywhere was like very calm. There were not a lot of people. But in Toronto, at the bus stop, come and see the people were so many. I was like, what happened? It was too much for me. In Lagos, or I used to stay in Lagos. So Lagos is the busy life. I'm used to the busy life, but coming to Nova Scotia, staying in Sydney for some time, and I experienced how quiet it was. I feel like I started changing and I started getting used to like the quiet lifestyle. So going to Toronto was now like, oh my god, I'm already coming out of this. All your African aunties and uncles that you left in Nigeria, are coming back to meet them in Toronto. When I went to Toronto, there was this party we went for in Toronto. Come and see African aunties and uncles, and I was like, auntie, no, we left you people in Nigeria. What are you doing here? You still came here. So and they have like a nice Nigerian community, like a really good and strong Nigerian community. But even though you have to know what to do with your head, I'm not gonna say more than that because you know how. Well, let me not just say more than that. But even when you're in a community, you have to know what you're doing with your head. Just one month of me going there. So I like, and I can say all this. Then another point is there are more recreational activities in Toronto. Like there are more things to do in Toronto than here. I feel like I should even make a video on fun things to do in Nova Scotia. Yeah, I think in Sydney, Nova Scotia, because this place is not as boring as we think. It is, but not that bad. Like you definitely, there was one restaurant I went to last week in this place, and you guys, it was like Ebony Life in Nigeria, Ebony Life in Lagos. That was what it was giving. It was giving Ebony Life vibes in Lagos. So in Toronto, there are more places to go to. There are more restaurants, more fun places, more fun things to do. You can go to Niagara Falls, though I didn't go to Niagara Falls. What is Toronto without going to Niagara Falls? But another time when I go for like another holiday with maybe my friends, I'll definitely go to Niagara Falls. There are like a lot of things that you can do. Fun. Party no they stop for Toronto. Party no they stop. When you hear party no they stop, just wait Toronto. Every time you see party. Caribana, Nigeria in Toronto, Surulere in Canada, Surulere in Toronto. There is always one party or the other. If you don't know what you're doing in Toronto, you will go to party every day. Unlike this place that there are not like a lot of parties, except you now like decide to like organize a party yourself. And if not, you stay in your house and be reading your book like me, because you came here to read your book, not come here to go for parties. That was just in a lighter mood. If you can socialize, please do. Not everybody will be like me. I socialize, but We thank God. We thank God. Let's just say that we thank God. So Toronto, if you're a party person, you like parties, or you've been in Lagos and Lagos energy cannot go away from your body, go to Toronto. You want to see different ski pepe girls and boys, go to Toronto. You will see them. You will see them in different shapes, colors, size, everything. You will see them in Toronto. So this is the last point. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Yeah, are you ready? 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 Ready? Shake it, boom, shake it, boom, shake it, boom, shake it, boom, boom, shake it, boom, boom, shake it, boom, boom, shake it, boom, 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 boom. PR. PR. Do you know what is PR? Permanent resident. I be permanent residency. To get your PR is easier in Nova Scotia than in Toronto. When I say it's easier, it doesn't mean immediately you come here, bam, you get your PRO. But from what I've heard and from people I've met, it is easier in Nova Scotia because Nova Scotia is an Atlantic province. I've forgotten how many Atlantic provinces we have in Canada, but I know Nova Scotia is an Atlantic province. Saskatchewan, I think PEI, that's Prince Edward Island, I think. I can't remember, but I'm sure of Nova Scotia, I'm sure of Saskatchewan. I'm sure of those two. So it is easier to get your PR in an Atlantic province than in Toronto. So as a student, like when you're done with your school, you can apply for like your PR. You can, I think like there are different pathways to apply for your PR. So it is easier here than in Toronto because a lot of people are not really here. So it is, and that's just like an encouragement to come here. So by God's grace, that is what we want. That's what we want. That's what we want. Let's finish our degree. Let's get our degree, and we'll know the next step. But yeah, I feel like this is like the most important to me. I don't know about any other person, but this is something you have to like consider if you are thinking long term. Oh. Some people don't think long term. Some people just want to get this and then go. Some people just want to, oh, let me finish my school and then, but that's like up to you. That's like personal preference. But if you can, fine. If not, bye. Bye guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and do all those things. Please share my videos. Please comment on my video. Please subscribe to my channel. Please guys, I beg you. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for always watching my videos. I appreciate you. Thank you for getting me to 700 subscribers. You guys, when I saw that I had 700 subscribers, I was very happy. I was shocked, but I didn't say it. Normally, I would have posted it that, oh, I now have 700 subscribers. But due to personal reasons, I didn't post it. I didn't talk about it. But I just feel like it is okay for me to appreciate you guys on my YouTube channel, because it will just be like, oh, after subscribing to our channel, she's not saying anything. But no, you guys, I really, really do appreciate you guys. But normally, I might have posted it on my Instagram or even on my YouTube, but due to something that I might tell you guys like later, then that is why I didn't talk about it. But thank you so much for getting me to 700 subscribers, 700 plus subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.